This $100,000 per month peptide brand owner hired me to scale his info offer from complete scratch on a done for you basis, meaning we do everything for him. All he has to do is record and fulfill for his students. And in the first 24 days, we have done 24 cash collected for him, $41,000 in revenue. And we only did that with 4,000 followers, no content, and purely a DM funnel. Now you can see here, we have all these different screenshots. We're selling a $5,000 package. We upped it to 10,000, and now we have it at 12.5 thousand. These are all the different payment screenshots. This is the client right here. Now, why should you even listen to me? I have done 10 million views for my clients on organic social media and $70,000 cash collected through their info offers. I have worked with tons of clients in different niches and different spaces, alongside with Sam Zia being my current business partner. I am the head operator on his agency and the head coach on his program. So I have seen both sides of actually operating in the back end and coaching. I know what it's like on both ends. A couple other clients that I've worked with is Heroes right here. We took his Discord from 0 to 10,000 members. We started building up his Instagram where he had his first couple videos. He hit 1.8 million views on one, 655,000 on another. And if you look at his page, he has plenty of other videos that performed well. Worked with Jawad. I've worked with Jed Trade. I worked with Justice, where in fact, Justice, we got similar results for him. He was charging $200 for his coaching offer. And within 6 days of working with me, he closed a client for $1,500 simply using this exact strategy that I'm about to show you. And there are plenty of other people that I've worked with as well. And this just goes to show that this content strategy isn't just for one niche. It can be applied to any niche whatsoever. Now, what are you actually going to get from watching this video? I'm going to show you every single stage of what we're doing to take this coaching offer from nothing to $100,000 a month as fast as possible. Right now, we have no content set up whatsoever. By the end of it, when you search up anything related to peptides, we will be the ones popping up at the top. So if you're a coach who is struggling to create content that actually sells, or someone who's made a lot of money with their own business and wants to make a whole lot more money coaching, and also wants to help their students make money as well, watching this entire video is probably the best decision that you can make, because what I normally charge $5,000 for, I'm giving away to you for completely free. Now let's hop right into it. The foundation, before content even gets made. People make the huge mistake of not even getting market data before they even make their content, which is why most people's content has no direction or actual strategy behind it. So phase one, onboarding. We gather as much information. This is the anchor zone. Every piece of content traces back to this. We collect dialed in market info to create the essential marketing pillars. This is what I send over to my clients. I give them this dashboard right here. And in these brand sheets, we go over all the different types of questions. We understand their dream follower, their ICP, the brand identity, business identity, industry identity, competitor research, new opportunity breakdown, and the client voice scan. And I'm going to be breaking down all of these parts right here in this video. Phase two is going to be the new opportunity. Here we are creating one big domino statement where we are selling the concept, not the actual product itself. And we create this new opportunity by creating this statement right here. If I can make people believe that my new opportunity is the key to the result that they want and is only attainable through my specific framework, vehicle, or system, then they have to give me money. This is the market differentiator that allows us to stand out from our competition. For example, fitness is not a saturated niche. Coaches are just not unique or have no unique offer. If we take a look at all these different coaches right here, they all have the exact same offer. I help men shred fat and pack on muscle in 90 days. I help men get lean and athletic in 90 days or less. This guy doesn't even have an offer statement. I help busy men get jacked in 3 hours per week. It's all the exact same thing. That is why fitness is so hard to sell. It's because no one actually has any unique mechanisms. They have no new opportunity. It is all the old same thing recycled over and over again. Now, phase three is going to be the ICP and dream follower. ICP, if you don't know, stands for ideal client profile. This is who you would ideally want to buy from you. And your dream follower, I'll explain in a second. So we need to identify who are we actually selling to. Offers can't be unique if we don't understand the exact person we want to buy from us. So right here, we have the entire market, the dream follower, and then the ICP. We want to attract our dream follower through our top of funnel content. And we want to weed them out and collect our ICP through our middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content. You see, the difference between the dream follower and ICP is like this. If we are only posting content to target our ICP, it is like trying to spear a fish. You're going to have a very hard time trying to pick out that one perfect person. Your content is going to have good reach. It's just not going to hit the market as well. But if we are attracting our dream follower, which is a much broader range, it is like throwing a net out there into the ocean of content. You're going to catch a lot more people with that. You're going to catch a lot more attention. Now, let's say you catch 20 new followers. 12 of them aren't qualified. 4 of them are your dream follower and 4 of them are your actual ICP. The dream follower is going to be a future buyer. It is someone who we can upsell possibly in the future, which is why we need to set up phase 4. Phase 4 is going to be the belief chain. What does someone need to believe before they buy? Buyers have different stages of beliefs that they need to be instilled, shifted, or changed in order to be fully bought into your new opportunity. So for example, this belief chain can work like this. You're going to take people from unaware to problem aware to solution aware to product aware and most aware. What would this look like? Well, a couple examples of YouTube videos could be the hitting gold rush that you are early to, starting a peptide business, and you're going to show all the mistakes and issues with how people normally do it. Then you're going to take them from problem aware to solution aware. How I built my peptide company from scratch. This is a completely free course. And now you're going to introduce your product. This is where you kind of introduce the best and only way to learn how to start a peptide company is by joining Arovia Elite, my client's program. And most aware, this is going to be the one big domino statement. If I can make people believe that starting a peptide company is the key to achieving true time, location, and financial freedom, and is only attainable through Arovia Elite, then all other objections and concerns become irrelevant and they have to give me money. So if you're watching this, ask yourself, what is your target customer's current awareness level? You map out the awareness funnel that they need to go down, and what chain of beliefs do you need to prove to them from where they are now to the big belief, which is this right here. Now, the second pillar, this is the content map. How this whole funnel breakdown actually works is we're going to have 80% of our traffic be short form content, long form content. It feeds into our brand ecosystem, which is going to be all our socials. We're going to have short form content, YouTube content, Instagram stories that are tying them back and forth. And then from here, we are either going to have inbound leads, we're going to send them to a sales asset, we'll get them in the convo and get them on the sales call, or we're going to have warm outbound to leads who are interested, get them in the convo, bring them to the sales call, exact same process. And in between that, we'll have a VSL or webinar set up as well, where we can then have follower ads, retargeting ads, whatever it may be. But this is how it pretty much works. Now, 80% of our traffic, like I said, is going to be from short form, TikTok and Instagram. It's going to look like this. You're going to get way more views on here. It's going to be lower effort, a lower time to make, and it builds your audience quickly. But 20% of your traffic is going to come from YouTube. You're not going to get a lot of new people from YouTube. You are mainly going to be converting people from short form to YouTube. So as you see right here, less views, but this is the thing. These are higher effort, they take longer to make and have a low reach. Now from here, we have 80% of our sales going through YouTube and 20% of the sales happening on short form. I want you to understand that because this is very important. 80% of your traffic is going to be on short form, while 20% of your traffic is going to be on long form. But 20% of the sales are going to be on short form, while 80% of the sales are going to be happening on long form. You see, what we have set up right here is on long form, in the bio, we are going to have Calendly or a VSL link there. When they click on that link, they'll go here, we'll break down the offer on the VSL, and we'll get them to book a call. While on stories, we'll break down each story right here. For example, this Authority Flex plus social proof, we show the system behind it. We have cultural relevance plus meaning. We have a how to monetize attention. We're pretty much showing people how are we doing this. Financial team and credibility, just to build that more trust and certainty. And then we are going to do a soft call to action. This is calling people out in a certain specific position to actually reach out to us. This is another example right here. We have another Authority Flex plus social proof showing off the win. Then we're going to show the system behind it. And then no selling, simply teasing. We're showing what's going to happen next. These stories are pretty much converting over to long form YouTube videos or are calling out people who simply need an offer. They need to be told that, hey, I have this offer. It's like the girlfriend that doesn't know where to eat. She's like, oh, I don't really know what I want, but I want food. You are going to take that lead and you're going to call them out specifically. You're going to take their hand, you're going to hold them, and you're going to get them on that sales call. Now, how does this short form sales funnel actually work in the behind the scenes? Short form is going to bring in all the attention and allows you to funnel people to your long form content. The only selling done through short form is going to be on bottom of funnel stories and then entering someone in the DM funnel. For example, if they reply with a keyword, we'll have ManyChat send an automated DM. So like the inner circle is officially open for the last time in 2025. We're going to send them a link. The link goes to a VSL or a YouTube video, whatever it may be, and we're going to UTM tag that. That's very important because we want to actually see the source of where all these calls are coming from. If we have almost 80% of our calls coming from one specific YouTube video, obviously we're going to want to double down on that. If we only have like 10% of calls coming from stories, we're going to push that to the side for later. Now, if they don't click on that link, we'll send them a follow-up sequence and then it saves the setter time. It organizes the leads automatically and it analyzes which posts have the best ROI. Now, the long form sales funnel works a little bit differently. Instead of manually replying to someone, the content ecosystem does the selling automatically. Once a viewer is nurtured in YouTube, they land on the VSL page and it pretty much just goes through the offer headline and it breaks it down on a VSL. Discord is going to notify when a new application comes through. We'll also have partial submit points if the lead doesn't fill out all the way, so we still have their info. If they book in a call, the dialer is going to confirm it, basically triage them, get a verbal yes, and make sure that they're actually going to show up and that they're going to watch the post-call page resources, which I'll break down in a second. And if they do not book a call, the dialer is going to call them within 5 minutes. The goal is to get them booked. The lead is hot right now. We don't want them to get cold. Either way, dialer is calling. The difference is just the purpose of the call. After going through the application, it auto qualifies or disqualifies them. If they're qualified, they'll book in a call like this. Once they're booked in, it'll lead to a post call page and it logically sells the offer and prepares for a call. So pretty much it has them confirm their call, goes through their email, has a full offer breakdown that's logically selling them. And then right here we have breakout videos, which pretty much are just the most common objections. The closer is going to record every sales call that actually happens. We collect the most common objections and then we can add those to pre-handle those objections before hopping on the call. Now, if they're disqualified, we'll downsell them instead of booking in a call. We'll just bring them to a low ticket page and it pretty much allows setters to upsell low ticket members in the future. Now, the post-call process, this is super important. I see a lot of people mess this up. After booking in, a call is confirmed by a setter. The setter leaves note for the assigned closer to have context. Once someone books in, the dialer or setter puts them in an iMessage group chat with the closer and the offer owner. Offer owner, this is actually really good. The offer owner will send a video or a voice message, something like that, to make it more personal, not so salesy. It'll get them excited for the call and actually want to show up. Now, the goal with this whole chat is to identify the archetype. Now, this is the number one mistake that I see with so many people is they're not identifying an archetype. They don't even know what it is. There is not one solution for every single buyer. Even in your ICP, there are different subcategories and there are different ways to identify and categorize buyers. For example, on my client's offer, we have archetype A. Needs a full stack done for you build out. This is the 12.5K offer. Then we have archetype B, which they only need licensing. This is going to be a cheaper offer. And we have C, which they're looking only to dropship, which is going to be the low ticket. So instead of wasting our time with someone who is only looking to dropship and we're trying to sell them a 12.5K offer, instead of losing that money, we figure out the archetype beforehand. We send them the resources that they should watch for their specific needs. And then we can actually go into the call with 100% knowledge on what they want, and we're actually selling them on something that they want. There's no sales tactics here. 80% of it is done before the call. 20% is just hopping on that call, chatting it up with them, and then getting the payment. The biggest takeaway from here is that you want to focus on your buyer's current problems, not their future ones. Now, behind the scenes, we also have email and SMS sent. We use Calendly for these because it handles deliverability well, and it doesn't require ATP registration for SMS since they already opted in. So the SMS schedule looks like this. As soon as they book in their call, they get a text. The day of the call, they get a text, and then 1 hour before the call, they get another text. So 3 total text reminders. And then we have pre-call email sequences, 9 emails in total, 3 emails per day leading up to the call. This has resources, case studies, what to expect, reminders to watch the videos, and these emails reinforce everything on the post-call page. Different people consume content differently. Some will watch the videos, some will read the emails, so we want to be able to cover both. This is what leads to closers getting easy 20 to 30 minute calls with leads. We have everything tracked in Airtable, who the closer was assigned, who they were set by, the appointment date and time. We have a bunch of other information on them as well, UTM tracking, where the source came from, and then we're able to see everything right here. We're able to see our show rate, close rate, no show rate, confirmed calls, live calls, the average order value, cash collected per call taken, cash collected after fees. We have everything tracked, which leaves zero room for error or lack of direction. And then finally, the onboarding process. I see so many people, they get the PIF and then they completely forget about their lead. You need to be taking major advantage of this. Once a lead pays, onboarding should be automatic and streamlined. There is no repeat instructions, no wasted time. You simply send them a website where they watch a video and then they fill out an onboarding form. And you want to ensure that the lead fills out the onboarding form. Don't let them get to anything else until they finish this. This gathers market data on fears, goals, what made them buy, to push this out in content and further sell people like them. It also saves you a ton of time on onboarding people and makes it feel a lot more premium and gives your buyer certainty into what they bought into. Now, how is this content actually going to work? I'm going to be going over the third pillar, which is going to be the content formats. Now we have a couple different formats right here that I'm going to be pulling up, but essentially the whole goal with short form right here is that we want to be taking advantage of viral formats so that we can grow his audience. We want to be taking advantage of middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content formats. That way he can actually build authority and then funnel those people over to YouTube. The first format is going to be the lifestyle or day in the life format. The goal is to build our following and reach, show off the desired result, and show the lifestyle and behind the scenes. Pretty easy to produce. You simply record your day in the life, you clip it up with a popular sound, and you post it. The lead quality isn't top tier though. So it's very top of funnel, can go viral pretty easily. Lead quality typically isn't the best. Production time, pretty short. Format number 2 is going to be the advice speed run. Pretty much the whole goal is, again, build our following and reach. It attracts our dream follower, more ICP, and it gives advice in a popular format for a niche. It's simple to produce. You simply get a list and read it out. You clip up with a popular sound and you post it. The lead quality is a little bit better and it can funnel to middle of funnel videos. The third format is going to be the Miro board breakdown. The whole goal is to nurture and show off the expertise. These don't typically get a lot of views all the time, but they can go viral. They funnel to YouTube and nurtures your current audience. They take a lot longer to set up though and record. They can be clipped up from YouTube videos and the lead quality from these is very, very high. It's more middle of funnel, but the only downside is the production time for these. The fourth format is going to be the transformation format. These are super good because they can go extremely viral. Lead quality isn't super great from these. That's the only bad part. Production time doesn't take too long to produce. You simply clip it up, you post it with a popular audio. But the whole point of these is to show off the relatable journey. It shows off that it's possible for people in similar situations. It is a human psychology thing where people just love seeing stories like this. They love seeing character progression, and being able to show that off in a video, especially relating to who you want to attract, is going to be amazing. The fifth format is going to be the raw talking head. Now, these are going to be videos where you're directly talking to your audience. It creates more connection and trust with your audience, and you're selling an idea, yourself, or your system. It could be many different things. They're super easy to make. The leads are typically actually pretty good, but the only bad thing is it requires good storytelling and a strong hook. The sixth is going to be client montages. These are going to be extremely bottom of funnel. The virality on these typically isn't going to be amazing, but the lead quality from these is going to be extremely high. The production time isn't going to be crazy high, but obviously it's going to take a little bit longer because you have to wait for your students to get results. These build tons of trust for people. It's like a final push for people to book in a call, and this is going to be extremely useful for the different archetypes that you have in your audience. And then the last format, this is actually an extremely good format. If you watch all the way to this end, then you're going to be able to probably take advantage of one of the best formats right now. This is going to be the breakdown version 2. So the thing about this specific format is it quickly engages people. There's a lot of pauses, unpauses. It can be twisted to fit any niche whatsoever. It positions you as an authority, and it is an extremely viral format right now that is bringing a lot of high quality leads. It does take a while to find these clips though and edit it up. Now with YouTube, there is a very good method here, which is going to be pretty much the outlier method. And yes, it even works when you're taking it from big channels. Right here, you can see this thumbnail and the title, the laziest way to make $100 a day online in 2026. We see that posted 1 year ago. And then this one 5 months ago, laziest way to make money with AI in 2026. He's twisted it into his niche. It is the exact same thumbnail, and he's had a 2 times outlier on his video right here. Now, the first stage is going to be problem aware. This is the top of funnel. You want to hook a cold audience who feels financially stuck, but don't know this opportunity exists. For example, we have some topics below that convey this new opportunity. We want to open their eyes. The 4 best businesses to start before 2026. Laziest way to make money online in 2026 for beginners. How to capitalize on the AI gold rush. We are introducing a new idea. We are teaching beginners. From there, we are going to bring them to solutionware, which is going to be middle funnel. They know they want a business or income stream. Now we need to show them that some sort of solution exists. This is going to be the main free resource or course that people funnel to. The whole goal is to get viewers from point A to point B. Enough info to start, but not enough to finish. So a full, how to start an e-com course business in 2025, how to do TikTok shop affiliate course in 2026. As you can see, outlier method worked again. 1 year ago, 100 times outlier. And then 3 months ago, 14 times outlier for his channel. Then we have opportunity aware. They understand the whole opportunity, understand the business model. Now we need to introduce specific new mechanics or frameworks. We need to feed them little nuggets and pieces for specific problems. So we're going to be showing off Lino's process, but not all the exact details. We're showing off different frameworks, showing off how they work, and we're kind of introducing the product a little bit. And then most of where is going to be bottom of funnel. They believe in the model. Now we make Lino the only logical choice, either client case studies and live build outs showing what it's like working with you and making you the only logical option. So right here we have a case study. He scaled his client to $202,000 per month and made $37,000 profit, growth operating. And then the second video, building a $100,000 a month consulting business in 49 minutes, full breakdown. And then the extra pieces of content that we're going to be tossing in there are going to be vlogs, raw talks, or life. It just keeps the personal connection there instead of being super salesy. So if you watched all the way to the end of this video, you now understand the entire content process that people normally pay me $5,000 for. If you want this exact same system applied for your own coaching offer, or you would like to start from complete scratch like my client Lino did, I'm going to leave a link to my Instagram down below in the description where you can go ahead and message me on there so I can show you exactly how we can do this entire process for your business.